Good morning, everyone. It's 6 a.m. on the 27th of March. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please let us know in the chat where you're watching from. I am in Central Florida. And I believe Dr. Kiltz is also nearby.
I'm in Orlando somewhere. I have no idea. Yeah. How you doing?
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Really a pleasure. Nice to meet you also. What are we talking about today, Dr.
We're going to be talking with Mary Beth in a second, but first, hashtag KMT for a chance to win a Kiltz hat. You're muted, Alia.
Why am I muted? Dr.
Yes. Do you have some announcements, Alia?
So, April 1st, the price on the Kiltz Health coaching course is increasing. So we're still running a discount right now. So if you're interested, you can sign up in the Mighty Tribe. You could go to kiltzhealth.com and sign up, or you can email me if you have questions or need to work out a payment plan, and we will set that up for you. Also,
join the Mighty Tribe. Maybe we'll continue some sort of a bigger discount.
Oh, we are working on that.
You join the tribe.
If you join
tribal members, and everyone can be a tribal member, right?
Everyone can be a tribal member. We've got a whole good plan. We got a whole good plan launching April 1st, and I will talk more about it then. But
we're gonna add a bonus that you don't know about, but I'll talk to you later.
Okay. All right. Ooh, that's good to keep me in the dark. I'm even fine with it, by the way. Love it.
By the way, Monday night is graduation for all of our March graduates on the Kiltz Health Coaching Certification course. Please come. We got some great graduates. Lainey Goodenough. There's a bunch. I don't want to forget people, but Dr.
Huge,
everybody, come on over. Everyone's welcome. Let's celebrate our newest coaches. Monday night, 5:30 p.m. Eastern.
So today we have Mary Beth. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Schrudder.
Good job.
She's a health-conscious life coach and founder of Day One Life Coaching. After spending most of her adult life in the keto and low-carb space, Mary Beth faced a significant health crisis in 2021 when she began experiencing debilitating autoimmune symptoms and mast cell activation syndrome. Seeking deep healing.
Yes, exactly.
Seeking deep healing, she transitioned to a strict carnivore diet, eliminating oxalates and plant toxins to successfully repair her gut and resolve her histamine reactions. After 2.5 years of strict adherence, she listened to her body's changing needs and successfully integrated clean carbs to optimize her thyroid health. Today, she helps others navigate the mindset of healing, teaching that while ancestral human nutrition is a powerful foundation, the ultimate goal is listening to your body over any specific dogma. Welcome, Mary.
Thank you. It's so nice meeting everyone. I appreciate being here.
Well, it's really a pleasure having you here and talk about inflammation.
Exactly. The root cause of everything, right?
It's roots are the root cause of everything.
That's right. Which, I learned a lot. I mean, it's funny to think about, like, gosh, I'm so thankful for the problem so I could, have all these solutions and then pass it on, because any doctor, well, every doctor did tell me, like, they didn't really know anyone. I was a little bit different. I didn't go from a standard American diet. I was eating what any doctor would consider the healthiest thing, which was a lot of organic vegetables. And I would have like lean proteins, like salmon, wild caught salmon, always organic vegetables, and like organic grilled chicken. That's pretty much was I was a creature of habit too. So I would have a lot of salads, chicken, all that stuff. But it was actually,
what's inorganic food?
So what I would say, organic versus inorganic, would be not having the extra pesticides on it and cared for a little bit better, being sourced without, like for beef, like not grass fed, grass finished would be better for you than.
Do we know that for sure?
I don't know, but I definitely have less inflammation when I eat the stuff without, because we already know we've got the natural defense chemicals ended up being what my problem was. So when I eliminated that, all of my symptoms started to go away. So I went from eating what anyone consider healthy to dropping vegetables and being like, oh my gosh, like all of my inflammation's going away. Found out later that part of that was my detox pathways were, and I think a lot of people have this, the MTHFR gene mutation. My detox pathways, I have it from both parents, only operating at like 20, 25%. And that's another reason why my body couldn't tolerate those natural defense chemicals.
Could we genetically measure everyone and say, well, you can have heroin and you can't?
That's a good question. Well, my journey with alcohol was similar. Like when I found out that I had the MTHFR, I realized, oh, no wonder I couldn't tolerate alcohol like other people, because it wasn't like I was drinking so much more than, that's why I didn't even realize I had a problem. But it was, my body wasn't able to process it as much. So I don't think it was an allergy. I just think my detox pathways sucked. I would get worse hangovers than everybody. I was like, what is going on? I'm not drinking more, just.
But what if you said, okay, well, you gotta know MTHFR mutations so you can drink alcohol?
Well, we all know that alcohol's like
a toxin
for anybody.
So isn't it like a simplicity anyway? It's maybe has nothing to do with MTHFR. Maybe. I'm just throwing in some.
I do not. Yeah, that's an interesting point. Yeah, I don't have proof of this, but it's
a story.
It is a story, but it makes sense in my life because when I eliminated, I had already quit alcohol. I should say that before I got on carnivore, like 3 years before, I think. So that already was not a factor in my life yet at all.
Well, I'm just throwing this out there because I love this story.
Yeah.
But the truth is, the problem is everyone's spending a lot of money on genetic markers, and then they're claiming, well, this will never happen to me. But have we ever proven that? Have we ever really taken 1 million people and we said, okay, you don't have this gene mutation, you do. Let's test you for the next 100 years and see how you do.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah, no, I don't think you should just go, okay, well, since I don't have the gene mutation, then I can go ahead and do heroin and drink alcohol and, trash my body. And,
right.
It's not permission to trash your body by any means. No.
Dr.
Keep on going.
We got this question. I really want to get to it fast because this is very interesting. Carrie Rossi, E10. I grew up with juice bars in every corner, and that was my lunch. Shot of wheatgrass after 8 hours of physical labor. Never felt like it worked. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Why? Why does wheatgrass shots and juice bars not work? If anyone wants to take a stab at that one.
Well,
go ahead, Mary.
Well, I mean, I would I don't even know what juice bars are. What are juice bars? So maybe I'm not the best person to answer this question.
It's plant poisoning.
A juice bar. Okay, like kale drinks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yes. That
smoothies.
Well, yes, those are you're poisoning yourself and you don't realize it, and you're told, like, kind of like I was doing with all the vegetables. Like I thought I was doing the best thing for myself. I thought I had a perfect diet, and it turned out like literally all I dropped was the vegetables, and my health turned around. So I wasn't on the standard American diet. I wasn't eating processed foods.
Vegetables make us vegetables, and science is snake oil.
And that's part of what I love about the carnivore journey is because then you go deep diving, like, oh, seed oils. Oh, cholesterol is not even bad for you. And then now I'm in a grocery store going, okay, trash, poison, toxins. Like I'm like almost everything they sell to us, is about to, it's killing everybody. Let's just be honest about it.
Here's another one. We got some good ones here.
Yeah. Do you think fat helps the lymphatic system?
Do I?
Yeah.
All questions are for you.
Oh, they are. Okay. Well, I was actually talking to Aaliyah about this but right before we went live. And for me, even on carnivore, I had to be a little bit more careful with fat because I have like stage 1 lipedema. So I not too much fat for me, but I think fat is good. I think it helps the lymphatic system. I think it like runs, we need it for our endocrine system. We need it for hormones, right? To be proper. A lot of people are not getting enough fat and then their endocrine system kind of crashes. I mean, that's what happened with me because I wasn't getting enough fat before carnivore. And I learned, I was really malnourished with protein and really wasn't getting enough fat. So I do think it helps all systems if it's, it's good fats.
What's good fat?
So I do beef tallow and that's mainly what I do. And I'll do ghee sometimes. Butter sometimes, but not as much as those two.
I'm wondering if fat is raw from an animal and we render it and it's actually not fat. It's rendered product of an animal that no other animal eats cooked anything. And I'm just, because if you look at Pottinger's cats, he showed that cooked meat was harmful for cats. Really? And I just wonder if our rendered and cooked meat might be additionally harmful for a human that 50,000 years ago. I mean, maybe we cooked, I don't know, we throw it on the fire, but ultimately you killed and ate, because if you didn't kill it and eat it, someone else was going to eat it or eat you. Right. And so ultimately the lymphatics job is to suck the fat out of the gut that you've eaten fat, raw fat, in my opinion, but okay, some tallow, lard, ghee, butter, and then to ship it around the body. And then the lymphatic system's job is to suck the fat out of the fat and deliver it to your circulation, to deliver it to every freaking cell of your body. And ultimately, all these diseases are just low fat, cooked meat, rendered fat diseases. Even carnivores have these problems.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's just interesting, right?
It is interesting. Yeah. You know a lot more about that than I do.
I don't know much.
So, are you sure?
I don't know very much, but I'm just, I read, I listen, I question it all.
Yes.
Because again, what other animal needs a scientist to tell them what to eat, someone to tell them how to cook it, and how many other animals cook or need a processing of anything?
That is facts. Mm-hmm. That's what I love about the whole thing too. It's like, it's made me such a critical thinker, and, just no longer being someone just because the food pyramid, for instance, like we can't just believe everything that we're told. We need to do really a deep dive into all these things.
Go put that back up, Alia. What was the protein?
Says, but I'm sorry, we need our greens. All right.
Well, that's what you're told. And you're told you need protein. But what animal eats protein? What animal says, can I have a list of macros for me to eat?
A list of macros.
What's a macro? What is a macro?
Your apps.
What is a macro?
So carbs, proteins, fats.
Bullshit.
It's not. What is a macro? You tell me.
Well, it's a scientific term. Animals eat animals, or animals eat plants.
Yeah.
And plants eat all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, maybe the science has gotten us into the wrong freaking place. Maybe.
When did you realize that the plants were causing a problem? I was putting this question as you guys were talking about this. So, most people think that vegetables is the pinnacle. Obviously, this person making a comment, we need our veggies. What was the light bulb moment that made you suspect that they were causing issues with you?
Okay. This is, I'm going to tell you the truth. It gets a little bit woo woo. So I went to several doctors, but my body just felt like it was blowing up. I was having it was like whack-a-mole, like people say. I was having one problem after another, infections, and no doctor was really even brought up food, none of them. And I have a friend who's a medical intuitive, and I asked her, and she said, trying to be a vegetarian, because I was trying to go that direction. She goes, trying to be a vegetarian is killing you. And I was like, what? And then she said this to me. You guys, I'm not making this up. She didn't even remember saying it. She was like in a channeled state. She said, there's a video that keeps popping up on YouTube for you, and you keep Xing it out. And it ended up, and I knew exactly what she was talking about because it kept popping up. And I was like, what's wrong with my algorithm? That's weird. It was Dr. Ken Berry and Dr. Lisa Wiedemann, I think is her name. Those two having an interview is like, woman eats no plants for how many years it was, 13 years or something. And she's like, you need to watch that. And I was like, what? And that was my light bulb moment. I watched that interview, and it was, so no doctor brought anything up. Like, a medical intuitive told me this. And then I had another one back it up, saying you need to be carnivore for a while to clean up your gut. And I said, I don't understand. What is the purpose of plants if we're not supposed to eat them? And this was he was in a channeled state. He said, plants are for medicine. They're not meant to be for sustenance. And that was my main light bulb moment right there, you guys, because I still felt I was already carnivore, but I still felt like I was doing something wrong because of my programming, right? We're programmed from birth to think, eat your greens, your vegetables. So saying that plants are for medicine, not meant for sustenance, that was my light bulb moment. And I never went back.
Lisa's now an omnivore.
And me too.
And it's okay to eat some plants. I'm drinking.
Well, I have white rice. What's that? What is
it's
that?
It's a colored liquid.
What is in it?
Is that
it's either bone broth or bean broth, right?
Mm. Mm-hmm. I knew you added some things back in too, like Lisa did. And so like I'm very intentional about what I added back in. I don't really do vegetables too much.
I gotta make this correction. He never added anything bad.
Oh, you did it? I thought you went for pure.
It was
I thought you went for pure carnivore.
He added fish back.
He added what? What'd you say? Fish. Okay.
No, Dr. Nelson, finish your comment. I think.
Yeah, he has always been eating the way he's eating, and yes, you could claim that he added fish back because he didn't have fish for a long time. But
okay, so it was like only beef.
Okay, so I'm a carnivore. I eat primarily fatty steak every day, one meal a day.
Okay.
I occasionally have some extra crispy French fries dipped in tallow, mayonnaise, lard or butter mayonnaise, duck grease mayonnaise, or sour cream. Small amounts, time to time, and Kiltz's ice cream. Oh my God, I have some oysters. I like oysters. Oysters and steak is my meal, or nothing. And sometimes I have a little bit of salmon, and then I claimed, oh my God, maybe I should eat broccoli. I don't.
Okay.
But again, it's sort of like I've been carnivore for 15 years. I just turned 70. All right. And I sometimes have a martini.
Okay.
Extra filthy dirt. Oh, and a cigar. Sometimes, rare, not commonly. I'm not like a Mitch having it. Like I have like them a few times a year. And bean broth. Or bone broth.
Or bone broth.
But I was off coffee for 2.5 years. I started back late last year when Dr. Nelson and I did 15, he did 22 days of nothing, no food, no calories.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah. One of my clients just did a 21-day fast, and I'm like, I cannot do that. And
do you do any type of prolonged fasting? Like
So I'm 51 and going through like, all of the fun menopausal stuff. So I do what I kind of am more doing things intuitively. So the most I do intermittently would be the 16 hours because I just don't feel good. Like, so I just listen to my body.
So you've never done 48 hours?
Oh, I've done 3 days would be the longest I've ever done. Yeah. Yeah.
How many?
3 days.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So
yeah,
that's
pretty good. But the 21, 22 days. I mean, I don't even want to.
It's insane.
It's insane.
Yeah, Dr. Nelson is insane, more insane than Kiltz is.
But you're getting rid of all those zombie cells, right?
I have no idea. I don't even know.
Autophagy.
Autophagy is always happening. It never stops.
So do you think it happens more though when you're in ketosis and no?
Well, there's less poisoning.
You're right. That's
so let's just say the cleanup is always happening, but you're poisoning and you're causing a lot more damage. Well, now you reduce the damage, the autophagy continues at the same rate, but the damage is reduced. This is where fatty meat and fasting, rare to raw, salt and butter is like, again, the fat is from the raw fat from an animal because you cook a meat, it all melts away, it all renders, right? Yeah,
that's true.
And plus, all the meat is pretty much raised to be lean because the ranchers, the meat industry doesn't get paid extra to sell the fat. They actually get more to sell the lean shit. They're all on it. They don't care.
I know.
So we have to be the winners in this, for sure. You want to go with that, Alia?
Yeah, no way. You're 51 years old. Holy crap. You look absolutely phenomenal. You truly look like you're in your 30s. Everyone keeps saying that. And I was thinking that also.
Thank you. Thank you. I told myself when I quit drinking, which was almost 7 years ago, like I'm going to start aging in reverse. And I do believe the mind-body connection. I believe our cells are always listening to us. So even if we're eating something we think is bad, if you're going to eat it, just stop having bad thoughts about it.
The mind is the master. Have only good thoughts about everything you do to your mind, body, and everything, your life. It's not always easy.
Always listening.
So tell me a little bit about your mind spiritual practices and how you worked to keep those infiltrated in your life every day.
So mine's actually, I've been listening to, I've always been like holistic mind, body, spirit person. And I've been really into spiritual stuff since I was a kid, to be honest with you. And Abraham Hicks is a law of attraction teacher, and I've been listening for 20 years. So I programmed my brain by listening to it all the time. And my son as well, like since he was little, because he turns 23 tomorrow. And so he's like an amazing manifester because and I was like, because I was like, what if I knew about this stuff since I was, a kid? So I just kind of, because I think it's not harder to think a positive thought than it is to think a negative thought. It's just we have more practice with the negative thoughts, right? And so it's like, what are we tuned into? So yeah, it's just about catching yourself, practice and repetition. And our brains are like computers. We got, I'm big with Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you're familiar with him, like he's I consider him a mentor. And Greg Braden, Dr. Bruce Lipton,
Esther and Jerry Hicks.
Esther and Jerry Hicks, of course. Yeah.
Who manifested Abraham as a character in their spiritual lives.
Yes.
It's Jesus Christ.
To me, wherever, it's the best teacher. Like, just like I don't even care if someone doesn't believe in it and that they're actually channeling some information, just who cares? Just still listen to the information. It doesn't matter what you think the source is, So yeah, I do believe that as well. I share that with you, but I'm just saying that for people who are like, that's BS, and then
well,
I still want them to listen to it with an open mind.
Look in the mirror, and who do you see?
Yes,
God.
Yeah, we all have God in our DNA. Mm-hmm.
We are the gods. We made God up because we're it. We are it. That's the stories. That's why these stories are powerful, and that's why a negative story or a positive story creates everything in your life. Isn't that essentially it? I mean, that's the secret. Rhonda Byrne, who introduced to so many people, Joe Dispenza, Esther and Jerry, Jesus Christ, all those things. It's magical.
It's not, yeah. Like that's what I tell people, the secret, the law of attraction is not new. It was just kind of relabeled that, but Jesus was teaching this, Jesus was teaching all of this. And back in the day, it just wasn't called that. He was out meditating. He was saying, everything I do, you can do too. That's what he was trying to tell people. It's like, we all have this. Like you can do it too. And people miss that message, I think.
And the mind is the master of all of it. You think good of everything that's going on in your life, and God, whether it's Buddha, Lao Tse, Moses, Muhammad, Abraham, Jesus, or look in the mirror and there you are. The Godhead is our head. It's our mind. And the more you master that, the most basic. And then you go carnivore and you're like, oh, fuck. Like,
then you get even sharper.
Clarity hits the world, because ultimately we only think maybe 2,000 to 5,000 years back in the people who we write about, talk about, and share: Moses, Muhammad, Jesus, Abraham, Lao Tse, Buddha. But if you go back infinite years ago, you and I, brothers and sisters, were talking to God from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's what I do. We deliberately create a reality every day, and it's our decision. Most people just live by default, and they just let life take them up and down. And that's kind of what I like to teach people is you're not your thoughts. You should be the master of your thoughts, and you're the slave. So let's, a big part of what I do is we're all living on this subconscious programming, help bring the subconscious to the conscious so we can be aware of it and stop, living unconsciously every day. That's why people don't change, because they're just thinking the same thoughts, doing this SSDD, same shit, different day. What's this about? What was that?
Go ahead.
When humans ate most
Alia, she was talking about the previous question.
I saw that question. I was like, what?
The rose quartz.
Carrie says that you got her pregnant. I don't.
Yeah.
Patient of yours, Dr. Kiltz?
Apparently.
Dr. Kiltz is really good at getting women pregnant. Here it is.
There it is. I was like, what?
Rose quartz.
What's the only thing that really matters to all of us? Dr. Nelson, Alia.
Reproduction.
Mary?
I mean, reproduction? That wouldn't be my answer.
Making those babies.
Well, let me ask you something about your child.
Okay. I see where you're going with this.
Our children are the most important thing in life.
Absolutely.
Because they're God's children. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, this is all the only reason we live for, because we're not all living to be in a cave. We're still wanting to be in the limelight of life. And that's all reproduction. Our children, their children, and our community's children. And ultimately, the diseases that we label, 17,000 diseases at least, plus the billions more that we've labeled, including mast cell activation, which is simply just inflammation.
And nervous system dysregulation.
Inflammation. Nervous system dysregulation is caused by what?
Inflammation. Yeah. Inflammation. It's always the root cause of everything. It's like finding out, why am I inflamed? What's causing the inflammation?
Bad thinking, what you put in your mind and what you put in your mouth, and what you sort of corral your body and life and your environment. Ultimately, you got to move. And the simplicity of it, right? It really is. Ultimately, why do we all podcast? Why do we all want to look good? Why do we all want to dress and have, chains and art and all this shit? For one reason.
Reproduction.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. Because again, boys and girls become adolescents, and what do they want to do?
Have sex.
Screw. Okay. And we claim, oh my God, that's terrible. Well, how many other animals have to ask someone, is it okay?
Well, yeah. And why would God make sex the way that we procreate if it was sinful and bad? That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, because it isn't.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ never said that. That was the Old Testament. Jesus Christ said, love and forgiveness. Mm-hmm. Have a good day. See you later.
Yeah.
Right. That's all he said. Right?
Do your thing.
And he also said, stand still and know that I am who?
God.
Yeah, that's it. And we're lions, not sheep. Lions eat sheep and sheep eat grass and grains. We've been domesticated to think and eat that way. And that's killing all of us
Mm-hmm.
and making us sick. And the healthcare system is out of control. Just in general, everything's out of control. And, what is entertainment for?
What is entertainment for? To keep us distracted, it seems like. I feel like we're just so distracted by things that we lose our connection and we don't realize, oh my gosh, get back to the present moment. I need to be in the present moment. That's where all of our power is.
Ultimately, why do we do what we do anyway? One thing, which is
to you mean to what?
Deuce.
Oh, you're back to okay. Gotcha.
That's all it is. That's all it is, right? Because ultimately, we want our children and our grandchildren around us, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we don't have our children and grandchildren, what is fucking life about? Nothing.
Yep.
Now, we may not have children ourselves, but we have nieces and nephews and friends and all these things in a community, whether it's a church or whatever else it is, right?
Well, yeah, keeping the world going. Like you can't deny that. Bad emotions bring you down. Yes.
But they're also
our guidance system, right? We I don't call emotions bad. We need it. They're indicators. They're like guideposts on what to do, take action on next.
What do you call them again?
Guideposts or indicators. Like, okay, well, I feel some sort of way. So what do I do about it? Like, we don't say this is bad. And then, because like energetically, one negative thought attaches to another one and people downward spiral. So just be like, okay, use it as an indicator of, and ask yourself, why do I feel this way? And what action do I need to take to feel better?
This is a good one.
Can we talk about mental health? Narcissistic people can cause autoimmune diseases. Do we talk about mental health or that stigma? Yeah, I mean, narcissistic people can cause autoimmune diseases in other people. I guess that's what she's saying.
Well, I guess the question, remember, judge not lest you be judged. Ultimately, humanity is what it is. You decide how to label anyone. And that's our biggest problem. But let's just go to mental health. Is mental health different than physical ill health?
I think everything's connected. And I mean, I have experience with this question. So I was with a narcissist and labeled, like actually diagnosed. So what I can say about that is you have to get to a point of compassion for there's always a reason they're the way they are. And then I had to forgive. And you do feel better when you realize, like, hey, this was once a baby with a clean slate, and the way that they were raised, their environment is why they are the way they are. It's kind of sad. They feel like they have to manipulate and lie and cheat to earn love. And
is that possibly a pathologic reaction, just like an inflammatory reaction to a foreign antigen that causes redness, swelling, pain, heat, dysfunction, damage, and death? We are once again forgetting that the brain is just another organ system and cellular components that are simply damaged by the things we breathe, drink, and eat, the environment we are in. And it too can be healed and helped on keto, carnivore, faith, and fasting.
Absolutely. And what a psychiatrist would say is like, it's conditioning. That's why. And then they're conditioned from usually a parent or role model or somebody influenced them, but we can be unconditioned from that as well. Like, it's just like programming.
But which one do you probably think is more healing and faster? Psychotherapy or carnivore diet?
I mean, most narcissists don't go to psychotherapy because they don't know they're narcissists.
If you did, whatever pathology you have, which one would you bet your bottom dollar on? A psychotherapist for the next 30 years or carnivore diet? And then you start right now, and in like a month, you'll be like, what the fuck? I feel amazing.
I mean, I'm carnivore on that all the way because I'm not into therapy. Like, I actually, my coaching is almost anti-therapy. Like I'm all about people healing quickly. I think it's bullshit to, I have friends who became, the PhD level, they've got their own practices for trauma. They're like, how do I become a life coach? Because I don't see any change, because they're keeping people in the old vibration. Let's talk about the old, childhood. And then they never change. I let people talk about, we do want to find a root cause, but then I'm going to always pull you out of it back into the present. Let's talk about your future. Let's set goals, and I see change very quickly. Like if I keep a client for years and years and years, that's bad on me. Like, why haven't they reached their goals?
We also like to talk to people.
Oh, absolutely. Like I do have some clients that they don't really need me, but they just love coaching. So they've got the money and they just hang around, but they don't really need me anymore. And I'm like, okay.
Well, is Jesus Christ a coach?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, do we spend money when we go to church?
People do.
Right. I mean, ultimately we're investing in life and we need a coach. I mean, Jesus Christ to me is like the top dog of coaching. His wisdom is like simple as shit, right? Love and forgiveness. Did he hang around with healthy people or sick people?
He hung around both, but he saw everybody as already healed, and that's why he was able to heal them. You can't look at someone sick and then they're gonna, keep them in that vibration.
And ultimately,
that's how I look at my clients. I don't see them as they are. I see like what they're going to become for sure if they apply the knowledge.
And is the knowledge really difficult?
It's actually not. It's just practice, because like I said earlier, it's not harder to have this mindset. It's just that we have been practicing the old mindset for so long. It's reprogramming.
If someone wants to get in touch with you, would this be the place to go?
That's my Linktree. Yeah, that'll work. Day1lifecoaching.com. I do offer a free discovery call just to make sure that, what I do is for you and you tell me your story and we make sure we're a good match. And if I'm not a good match, I can always guide you to someone who's a better match. Yes, I agree. The carnivore, I'm definitely like, I've never had more clarity. You know how you don't know how good you can feel until you feel it? Like I didn't know how shitty I felt until I got rid of all the toxins. I was like, oh, I thought I was at my best. Same with alcohol, like when the first time I did a 30-day, like I was just trying to lose weight. It was just vanity, but whatever the reason, if vanity is your reason to change, who cares? Let that be your reason. But
aren't we all vain? Isn't it built into us?
I believe so. Absolutely.
I mean,
I think there's different levels though. Like I'm not a Kardashian, but I still look in the mirror. But so definitely I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, with whatever your reason is to change, just go with it. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be rock bottom. I was never rock bottom. I was running 2 businesses and I added on to my life coaching, addiction recovery. And that's when I was like, holy moly, like I recognized myself. I'm a very self-aware person. I recognized I have this issues. Like, I think it's great that you're able to drink, a dirty martini or whatever you said now and then, because I know myself enough that I'm not great at moderation. I know, but I just don't even
minimization. I am great at it. But again, I have about that much olive juice, about that much of vodka, maybe. And so again, but I sip it. But mind is the master of the mission. Yeah. Right?
I just feel better without it in my body.
I got it. But you claimed, but again, I am great whether I drink it or not, and I choose not to consume these things.
Yeah, I choose not to. And same with, and you know what carnivore also helped me with big time is I thought I had this big carb addiction, and being 2.5 years, all I ate was beef and eggs and beef fat and stuff. And I was like, man, I'm a kind of a badass. I can do this. I do have control. Stop telling that story that you have a carb addiction, because
there you go. But if you eat plants and protein and low fat, does your body make alcohol? All day long.
No.
What do you think causes bloating?
Yes. plants definitely cause bloating for me.
Plants and protein. Protein is fermentable. Low-fat diets, cooked fat diets, you're now filling the colon with fermentable substances or the small intestines. And ultimately, alcohol is in most people anyway, even if they don't drink.
So are you not into, like, some carnivores do like fermented vegetables? They throw in that a little bit. You're not one of the, okay, yeah. Because I hear both. I've just kind of wondered if that was, is it like a probiotic situation? I don't even know why they do it.
Well, why would you add microbes to the colon, the gut, the bowels, the mouth?
I have no idea. Like I never did. I just didn't know if that was helping them in some way. Like, why do they think it's good? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, because it's a story of science.
Okay.
Scientism, I call it. I mean, do microbes kill and harm a lot of people right now in this world?
Microbes?
Yeah. Parasites.
Oh, do you want to talk about parasites?
Well, is a bacteria a parasite?
I don't. Those aren't the same thing, are they?
Well, what's the definition of a parasite?
So I don't really know the answer, the definition of a parasite, but I know I had them.
Dr. Nelson, what is the definition of a parasite?
We have organisms living in our colon, living off us. All of them are parasites, right?
So, but
every bacteria, virus, and everything, every microbe and macrobe that's in and on your body is a parasite. We call them commensal, or you know, they're good for us or they're bad for us, right? Some bacteria are bad, some are good. If they get into your bloodstream, which one is good for you?
Would you separate like tapeworms and stuff from the other stuff?
Well, did we evolve with these things likely in our gut for millions of years?
I would say so, especially if people were eating like raw meat and
right. I mean, we know that maybe small amounts of these are in everyone's gut. I don't know how many people have really looked at their poop under a microscope very well, right?
Well, I did a parasite cleanse and I had tapeworm and I was like, yeah.
Where'd you see that? So you looked in your poop and you looked under a microscope.
While I was doing that, no, they're much more visible than that. They look like fettuccine noodles.
Okay. But again,
sorry guys, TMI.
No. But again, did you look under a microscope, confirm exactly what they were?
No, but it's
okay. Again, we have been given stories of what things are, like a parasite cleanse. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, again, I'm just throwing out ideas, but bacteria, viruses, microscopic organisms, and macroscopic organisms, like a tapeworm, are not good for us. Bacteria and viruses are everywhere. You can't get away from the parasites anyway. Whatever you breathe, drink, and eat, and it's just everywhere. Right. Yeah. And so how do you know what's going on? But I would say that a standard eater, fruit, fiber, vegetables, seeds, nuts, lean meat, most carnivores are still in the lean meat world, and they eat 2 to 4 to 6 meals a day, whether it's small amounts, right? That feeds the microbes in our poopy bowels, which is just basically a compost heap, right? And even dry aging meat has some mold, likely bacteria, maybe some viruses. I don't know that we've ever cultured it very well to know, but again, I'm just exposing the story that we make statements that the probiotic world is $4 billion industry. Am I going to start telling everyone that probiotics are bad? Well, I say it. They're not good. You don't need them. But
people definitely do too much. Yeah.
But what company, where is the true unbiased science in any of that?
Yeah. So I don't know the science behind any of it, but I do know I felt amazingly so much better after the parasite cleanse. And
what was the parasite cleanse? What was it?
So I kind of did a multiple. There's one called Cell Core. CELLCORE, and it's all different. It's like 4 different things. You got to do a binder. You got to do, because
what
you
are they made from? What are they made from?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But I want to say something that why don't doctors bring this up? Why is it in other countries? I mean, they do parasite cleanses. I think that it just should be something we do like once a year. No big deal.
Right. But remember, what did you say plants are first? Medicinal.
Medicine. Yeah.
Medicinal. So when people take medicines, do they feel better?
Yeah, if they take the right medicine, yeah.
Well, whatever that. My whole point a little bit is there's partially also a placebo effect, but there's also because plants are medicinal.
Mm. I think it's they're taking your nutrients. You know, when you've got something like tapeworms and parasites, they do live off of you, right? And so,
how about a tick? A tick or a bee sting?
Knock them out now and then.
A tick or a bee sting, but again, it's medicinal treatments for things that are in all of our bodies, no doubt about it.
Absolutely,
I'm not saying the treatments are bad, but ultimately understanding that microbes are everywhere. A bacterium and virus is a parasite.
Yeah, we would, if people knew how much we've got going on all over, they would. Yeah, it's kind of disturbing when you realize that we all have them, and people think, I don't have parasites. All of us do.
Well, but you can never live without one.
Yeah, we also need, right? We need a lot of it. Everything's feeding off of each other.
I guess what you're saying is we label a microbe or a macrobe as a parasite when it's harmful. And commensal, is that the right term, Dr. Nelson? Or what's
commensal?
Meaning it's there and it's not harming us. It's neither good nor bad. It's just hanging out, right?
It's just hanging out, no problem.
Your neighbor parks her car in your grass. Okay, it's going to harm the grass a little bit, or in front of your driveway or in your driveway. I mean, it's kind of making your life a little more, but it really isn't harming anything, right?
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm just throwing out.
We keep those all day, every day. That's no big deal. But yeah, I don't think the tapeworms are good for people, especially. I think they're the most.
Well, he's not claiming that they're good for you if you're having problems with it.
Yeah.
Because on the other side of the coin, he uses antibiotics, antivirals all day long in his practice. So he's not claiming that you shouldn't get rid of things that are making you sick. Okay. But everything that we have on our body, outside our body, inside our gut, all those microbes technically are parasites because they're living off of us.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if they're causing harm, you want to get rid of them.
Yeah, I know. I felt, and I don't know if it's related or not, but supposedly with the homozygous MTHFR, like with the detox pathways, you also don't absorb nutrients as well. So I think that's why I felt so much better on the carnivore diet, because I was finally eating the most nutrient dense food that I could. And I was like, wow, I've never felt this good before, because you're not getting people think you're getting it from plants, but it's not exactly as, bioavailable for humans from the plants.
Well, but what if the plants have all the nutrients, but they're pathologic and poisonous?
Yeah.
That's all. It's meaning that they have all the nutrients, but the one thing that animals don't contain, they're hard to kill, but healthy to eat, most of them. But plants are easy to kill,
the opposite,
and mostly harmful.
Yeah.
I mean, 99% of plants probably are inedible to humans. I mean, if you just ate a raw plant-based diet, you could thrive and survive some, but there are more diseases that show up, especially as we reach our 50s, 60s, 70s. But that's, I think, the point you're making in all this. You felt better. Yeah. And I just think that the story is so damn simple. Plants are poisonous. Look at, oh my God, Who's our Oxlade girlfriend? Sally Norton.
Sally Norton.
Sally.
We love
Norton.
her.
Sally
I love
Norton.
Sally. She's amazing. And ultimately, there are more toxins in plants, and they're more fermentable than meat. And that's just the stupidly simple, like, wow. But coaching, to me, what you're doing is the most important thing, because doctors are, I mean, I'm sure you over time have expanded your opening knowledge of open to things that you weren't at one time, but we're trained to be like this.
Yeah, we call it in the matrix.
But we are human beings that are capable of learning, and this is where Papa and Mitch and Rick, and I mean everyone in the tribe and everyone in the world around the world, we're here to sort of break us out of this matrix.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I love it, because there's not a lot of doctors who are willing to go outside the box. You know, it's the standard of care.
There are infinite doctors that are willing to go out of the box, aren't there?
Well, let's say that, but
mind is the
they're not in
master
Cincinnati.
of the mission. Mind is the master of the mission. As you judge, so shall ye be, and everything else.
We're coming to the end in a few minutes. I just wanted to ask this question. So how does your coaching philosophy, the day one, right, apply to someone who feels they have failed at every other diet?
So day one is just like, I just named it, my company, that because it's like, well, there's always a day one to start a new habit or to end a old habit, right? And then there's also the saying, you know, day one or one day, the choice is yours. That's what that means. But a lot of us, I've kind of really realized that addiction, some type of addiction, like even if it's, you know, negative thinking is an addiction, overthinking is an addiction, you know, like limiting beliefs are an addiction. Like the foundation of almost every single problem that a person has is some sort of self-sabotage. And so that's just getting to, why are we self-sabotaging? There's always a reason. And sometimes it is as simple as just your mindset and your limiting beliefs, and figure out, okay, where did these limiting beliefs come from? So if you failed at every diet, it's because of some sort of sabotage patterns, and there's a reason. So that's kind of what we do is one-on-one coachings. I mean, I do group coaching, but one-on-one, you can't compare because everybody's so different. Like none of my sessions are the same, because you got to meet people where they are and kind of figure out why are you making these choices? There's always a reason. Like I drank alcohol for 30 years and still, you know, got out of it. I had, you know, disordered eating most of my life and, you know, got over it. Like literally, I do believe if I got out of these patterns, anybody can. And, you know, when it's nothing to do with intelligence at all, absolutely nothing, but it is a lot to do with mindset and limiting beliefs and negative thinking and, you know, same shit, different day philosophy. So like bringing the subconscious crap out to the conscious mind. It's not fun. You know, we call it shadow work. Some people do, but you don't have a healing journey without dealing with the shit that causes the patterns.
Pain and suffering is purpose and strengthening.
It is, like, that's how you get out of it. And
but you don't ever get out of it.
Well, I feel like there's nothing that could tempt me into like drinking alcohol again, but I will never.
I'm not talking about alcohol. I'm talking about everything. I'm just talking about, this is the line. We are living in the yin and the yang of the universe. We are the yin and the yang.
Oh, you can't live in this 3D reality without having suffering and pain. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, contrast will always be there. Yeah.
You want to be off alcohol? Yeah, go at it, right? If you want to use heroin, go at it. But, I would say there are certain things that probably aren't. Ayahuasca and psilocybin, don't touch it. Deadly. Marijuana,
Yeah, that doesn't sound good for me. Yeah, I wouldn't. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is just deciding. Like, I mean, it is making a decision and then committing to it. People talk about, collapsing realities. All collapsing your reality is making a decision and committing to it, and then living like the person who already is who you want to be, follow people who've already done what you want to accomplish. Like, that's huge. If you can't afford a coach, not everyone, coaching is a luxury, so not everyone can, but follow the people who've already accomplished what you want to accomplish. That'll take you a long way. There's so much free material out there, on the internet now. Like, there's so much stuff to help you.
I am accomplished. I am successful. I am alive, and I am God. And the magic is, and I see God in you, because God is in all of us. And I think that this coaching and everything you're doing, again, everyone needs a coach and cheerleader. Christ is one, Muhammad, Moses, Abraham, David, Lao Tzu, Marcus Aurelius. I mean, your mother and father, your enemy down the street, you're also your coach.
They are your master teachers. That's what I've learned. Like, I learned the most from the people who tried to put me down than anything, that's why I talk very well of my narcissist, because I learned more. That was my master teacher for sure.
Well, who creates everything?
God.
Who is God?
All of us create our own.
I am God because I create the narcissist. I create the rich, the poor, the healthy, the ill, unhealthy. I create the good, the bad, the right, the wrong. These are, because the mind is the master. You could clear everything up in a flash of nothing by changing a thought.
Absolutely.
And that's where Jerry and Esther come in.
And that's why I don't say that's why I never went the AA path. So I'm going to be an alternative for AA. Like, if you're an AA person, you probably won't like me, because I never would say I am an alcoholic, because to me, I would say, hey, I used to have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, but now I don't. Like, I'm not going to keep myself in that old identity, because like Joe Dispenza says, nobody shifts their reality unless they shift their energy.
I have a really, my 1,000 bottles of wine in my wine cellar are happy with me. Do you know why?
Because you have a positive mindset about it.
Because they don't get consumed. They stay in a comfortable place in their bottle in my basement, in my wine cellar. And occasionally have a meetup with my brothers, and they like to share their beautiful energy.
I love it.
Kiltz doesn't drink it.
Mary Beth, what's the best place to find you?
day1lifecoaching.com, and you got to spell out one O-N-E. Yeah, day1lifecoaching.com. And like I said, I do offer a free 20-minute Zoom call with me, and then we'll decide if I'm a good match for you or not.
All righty.
There you go.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I was a human being that overly exposed my innards to alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't claim addiction or
it.
I don't use any of those words. Even eating disorders, I don't utilize. I was in an environment where my body overconsumed things that may have been a little hard for my body. Some people live along. My grandmother smoked Pall Malls, drank Manhattans, was a plant-based, focused Italian, great food, great energy, lived 104.
I'm Italian too. I could tell you've got some Italian.
I'm 3/4 Italian.
Okay. Yep.
Like, my grandparents are all from Italy, except one.
Is everybody here Italian?
No, I'm saying It's time to go. Goodbye.
Oh, bye. Thank you. Nice meeting everyone.
Have a great day.
Go.